between 1776 and 1787, independence had been won, but it was not secured. A brand new constitution has to be hammered out and forged among the 13 diverse colonies.
The colonies' differences were so great, they were on the verge of becoming independent states, or nations even, on their own. It's going to be a huge undertaking to find common ground of all of them to stand on. They had to find a balance between big and small colonies, strong and weak, wealthy and poor, to become a balanced, united entity.
What follows in this play is how the United States of America found that equilibrium.
They discovered the right combination of laws for the newfound states to rule by and legal principles to secure their longevity of 250 years as the United States of America.
To begin with, take your program and see that the program has 5 acts. Each of those acts is a reason for the longevity of America. Each of the 5 acts in the program here gives a reason for America being 250 years old. In Act 1, the reason is the Constitution itself.
Wake up, everybody! This is Act 1!
We gotta read the rest of this.
I know it.
You gotta do your thing.
The Constitutional Convention of 1787 set the stable structure of our nation. In Act 2, the civil rights, in Act 2, the reason is the civil rights movement.
In Act 3, the reason is the courts, enforcement.
In Act 4, the reason is the nation's giant industrial output.
In Act 5, the reason is the involvement of every American in running the government.
Each of these aspects of American development has ensured America's durability. These are the 5 reasons America is still here after 250 years.
I'm from the local travel agency hereabouts to assist us in traveling to Independence Hall in Philadelphia in 1787. There, 39 colony delegates are assembling for a new constitution for the 13 colonies. I'm a travel medium to take you there in a whirl around my magic wand as I put us all in a trance, transported to the front of the Pennsylvania State House back in 1787, where the delegates are starting to arrive. Here comes a delegate now.
I'm George Washington. I'm here to save the revolution we won. I resigned as Army Commander to make way for a new authority among the colonies. I do not want to hold on to that power. We are now 13 divided colonies. We must find new rules and rulers to become a united constitutional republic.
Let's go into the hall to hear them debating, listening to every delegate.
John Lansing from New York here. My state will not give up its sovereign authority to any central power.
I am Richard Bassett of Delaware. What we won in the Revolution is fading away. The colonies are drifting apart with their own currencies, laws, and militias. We need a centralized power to bring us all together.
Robert Yates of New York. I don't trust a central power, we just overthrew one. And I don't trust other states to rule over my state. Each colony must be an independent republic with full sovereignty.
The delegates are all now in the hall debating in earnest for each of their views. The dissension is getting so divided, it's going to wreck the convention. We're now in the hall as the debate rages, as each delegate has his time to speak.
Roger Sherman of Connecticut. Thank you. We need policy, laws, and regulations common to all the colonies. We need a written document of a government system that will bind the 13 colonies into a stronger force that one colony can do.
Gunning Bedford of Delaware. Each colony must be independent and free of outside colonies. The colonies are equal. The
Still talking.
large colonies are no better than the small colonies.
I am Alexander Hamilton of New York. Keeping the colonies separate is not working. It leaves the weak and disorganized. We need a national government binding the strengths of all the colonies.
As James Madison of Virginia spoke, we need a unification of the colonies to be strong enough to stand up to the world powers, yet cooperative enough to allow smaller colonies self-rule.
Together, the 39 delegates signed a completed constitution on September 17th, 1787. After a long, hot summer, it was ratified by the colonies on June 21st, 1788.
While none of the delegates were completely satisfied with what they had created, they all stood by it the rest of their lives.
Benjamin Franklin was one of the delegates at 81. He was carried about by a two-poled cushioned chair. And he was heard to say, knowing how bias can taint a treatise, this Constitution approaches as near to man's best as possible. We shall heartily recommend it to all peoples.
Sorry. Bored yet? This is Act 2, Civil Rights.
There has been a great gap, a divide, a canyon, deep and wide, running through American history called racism. It has always been a threat to divide and destroy America. It is possible enough, racism is powerful enough to drive a peoples completely apart. Without the Civil War decision and the civil rights movements through the years, there would be no America today.
We have tried throughout our history to exclude many types of peoples of different nationalities, religions, creeds, and race.
There's always been someone to exclude, to keep America from being united and strong. We don't have to love these people, but we must respect their right to be who they are.
This rope is the image of this great racism divide in America. Picture this rope as the great divide between the elements of racism and the liberal uniters in a civil rights battle. See how one combats the other.
I am a racist.
I'm a racist.
Well, I'm a liberal uniter.
And I'm a liberal uniter.
You, back of the bus.
Rosa Parks refused.
Whites only.
We'll do protest marches.
Lynch
Lynch 'em.
'em.
Public outrage.
You can't eat here.
We'll do sit-ins.
You can't sleep here.
We'll do boycotts.
Coloreds only.
MLK said, I have a dream.
I want segregation.
We'll do peaceful protests.
I like discrimination.
Well,
We like discrimination.
Well, of course.
I want equality for all people.
okay.
Civil rights has bridged the persistent gap of prejudicious disunity. Civil rights has marched through the ages, making measured strides in the level of equality, ever rising and keeping America together.
Okay.
We're still here. This is Act 3, the courts. The circle rope that we have here is tied to form a circle. We have a rope tied in a circle, making it a rope with no ends, an unending rope. The circle of this rope is the unending court decisions to make American policy strong. We will now rotate with the circle rope
Just like in the middle.
in a never-ending circle as we read about the court's boundless decisions for a stronger America.
Here are the actions of the court. The American courts, over its 250 years, have maintained the integrity of the Constitution and laws. They have protected our government from being dissolved, overthrown, and weakened. There have been many landmark decisions to preserve the principles established by our founding fathers.
I know. Here are the actions of our courts. Courts have halted treason, corruption, criminality, constitutional misinterpretations, political disputes, espionage, and fraud. Not to mention tax evasion, counterfeiting, smuggling, breach of contract, racketeering, and kidnapping. They have defended intellectual property, states' autonomy, and environmental protection.
Yeah.
Here are the third actions of our courts. The courts have sculptured into America's stature states' rights under federal authority, civil rights under legal authority, and new legal principles under constitutional authority. They have maintained the balance of power between the three branches of our government. Our country stands tall with the legal maneuvering.
Here are the actions of our courts. Our judicial system has advanced America's best policy over harmful political obstacles. The verdicts of their cases allowed our nation to swing over many challenges that would have blocked our growth and development.
Innovation time. Thank you.
The judicial, in making decisions, flies over multiple problems of opposition that only the courts can do, not Congress or executive. They do it in one big swing in making their decision over opposition. This swinging rope here represents all the judicial actions taken by the courts to swing over all opposition to American stability. I shall swing first. In swinging their court's decisions, the judges declared the equality of all, as in 1954, giving equality to any racial, national, or ethnic group.
In swinging the court's decisions, the judges declare the powers of Congress, as in 1977, giving Congress the authority to take documents under the president's control.
In swinging the court's decisions, the judges deny a president's authority to withhold criminal evidence.
The courts have kept all the parts and pieces of our government working smoothly.
More to come. Act 4, Industry.
American wealth has sustained American population to survive through all these years. That wealth has come from America's vast industries of manufacturing, mining, and generated power utilities. America is one of the top nations in producing adequate financial stability. These are the products.
These are the products.
We have labeled boxes to represent all these products. These are the products produced by Americans and a vast variety of industries that have empowered our nation to rise and live long. Our industrial might has come by 4 major industrial revolutions in our history. In the 18th century, America prospered in the textile industries.
In the 19th century, it was metal, telegraph, and telephone industries.
In the 20th century, it was the auto and aerial industries. World War II was a demonstration of our industrial power.
In the 21st century, it is the computerized technologies.
Out of all of these industries have come 12 significant categories of goods and services. The cotton gin,
Steel production,
Electric power,
combustion engine,
radio and television,
nuclear power,
steam power,
oil refinery,
telegraph, telephone,
radio and television,
fabricated parts from metal, glass, and plastic,
and artificial intelligence. From this,
We tried. Just stayed up for a minute.
From this, America became a giant global industrial supplier with access to 2 oceans. The wealth from this, the foundation of America's rising structure, has allowed to last for 250 years. Joe? Oh, yeah, come get it. Wake up your neighbor, it's Act 5, Americans.
American democracy is not only of the people and for the people, but also by the people. And by the people means the people upholding democracy, building up that democracy themselves. Democracy must be supported by all American citizens, not just professional politicians. Democracy dies if only politicians run it. Only an active populace involving themselves in sustaining democracy will keep it alive. America's democracy has lasted 250 years because every citizen has kept it going.
Loyal citizens from Betsy Ross to Rosa Parks has had a part in America's long history. Many ordinary individuals, American individuals, did extraordinary things for America.
Like Eliza Seymour planting all those cherry trees in Washington, D.C. around the tidal basin.
York, the slave of William Lewis, is credited with the success of the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Like Todd Beamer organized the passengers of Flight 93 against the terrorists of 9/11.
Americans en masse through the years have ensured America's longevity of 250 years. Over some 200 major public protest gatherings have occurred during the 250 years to build up democracy.
There have been many movements. There have been many Americans in those American movements in our American history.
The women's suffrage movement of 1913.
Civil rights of 1963.
The Vietnam protest of 1969.
The peace vigil against nuclear weapons. in 1981.
AIDS marches in 1988.
Occupy Wall Street on income equality in 2011.
The March for Our Lives on gun violence in schools in 2018.
Black Lives Matter 2020.
The No Kings protests of the past 3 years.
Every American is to march for some American cause.
Like a politician throws his hat into the ring, a citizen throws himself into the ring of service.
Here's the ringed rope for citizens to jump in to serve America. This ringed rope we will jump into, showing our service to America.
It's not tied up. Oh, Commander, okay.
I jump into the ring of service to know the American Constitution.
Well, I jump into the ring of service to vote.
I jump into the ring of service to attend town meetings.
I jump into the ring of service to join civics groups.
I jump into the ring of service to campaign at election time.
I jump into the ring of service to know my congressman.
I jump into the ring of service to do volunteer work. Sorry.
I jump into the ring of service to canvass for candidates.
I jump into the ring of service to join citizens' initiatives.
And I jump into the ring of service to contribute money.
So then, after our play, let us continue the march with our forefathers to keep America going and growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now please stand for the pledge
Pledge of
of
allegiance.
allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cool.
My pocket stayed up for a couple minutes there.
Let's hear it for the playwright.
Thanks everybody for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Now, Dolly will play us out.